Stop. Do not scroll past this. If you are sitting here, right in this exact moment, listening to my voice, know this. It is not an accident. It is not a coincidence. And it is certainly not just the YouTube algorithm. There is a force deeper than random chance that has pulled you to this second. The fact that you are here is proof that a signal has been received. Who sent the signal? Your future self. A version of you that already exists in a complete, healed, and awakened possibility. They are sending a signal back through time to call you. And finally, you listened. This is not just a video. This is a quantum appointment you made with yourself before you even understood what that meant. Welcome to the Matrix 963. This is not a place for entertainment. This is a sanctuary for truth. We are here to decode reality, perform deep subconscious reprogramming, and help you escape the loop that has kept you small for lifetimes. If you have been feeling a strange pressure lately, a feeling that the world around you feels fake, or that you no longer fit into your old life, do not be afraid. You are not going crazy. You are undergoing a spiritual awakening. You see, most people are asleep in the Matrix. They are running on autopilot, replaying the same past traumas day after day, expecting a different future. But not you. The fact that you clicked this title means something inside you, your DNA, your soul, is glitching the system. Today, we are going to do something dangerous to your old identity. We are going to initiate the Chosen One protocol. We are going to look at the physics of time, the dark night of the soul, and the quantum manifestation mechanics that allow you to collapse time and meet that future version of yourself right now. Close your eyes for just 3 seconds. In the quantum field, all timelines exist simultaneously. The past, the present, the future. They are all happening now, just on different frequencies. The version of you who has already overcome the pain you are feeling. The version of you who is living in abundance, in love, in total alignment. They are not a dream. They are real. And they are begging you to wake up before the window of opportunity closes. Are you ready to answer the call? Are you ready to shatter the illusion? Take a deep breath. We are about to shift timelines. Chapter 1: The Call of the Chosen One. Let's talk about why you are really here. Why you? Why now? The term "the chosen one" has been misunderstood for centuries. It is not about ego. It is not about being better than anyone else. To be chosen simply means you have accepted a responsibility that others are ignoring. It means you have chosen to wake up while the rest of the world chooses to hit the snooze button. You have felt it your whole life, haven't you? Since you were a child, there was a sense of separation, like you were dropped onto this planet without a manual. You looked at the way society operates, the 9-to-5 grind, the shallow conversations, the obsession with material things, and a part of you screamed, "This cannot be all there is." That screaming? That wasn't rebellion. That was your soul recognizing the matrix. And recently, that feeling has intensified. Maybe you are seeing repeating numbers everywhere, like 1111, 222, or the frequency of truth, 963. Maybe relationships that used to feel comfortable now feel draining. Maybe you are losing interest in things that used to entertain you. This is not depression. This is the glitch. When a computer system updates, the old software stops working. You are crashing. Your old identity is crashing because you are downloading a new operating system. We call this channel the Matrix 963 for a reason. The Matrix is the program of fear, scarcity, and limitation you were born into. 963 Hertz is known as the frequency of God, or the frequency of the pineal gland activation. It represents the return to your original state, pure consciousness. The tension you feel right now is the friction between these two worlds. The old world wants to keep you asleep. It wants you to be a victim. It wants you to blame the economy, blame your parents, blame your ex-partner. But the chosen one knows a terrifying truth. You are not a victim of your reality. You are the creator of it. This is where the spiritual awakening gets real. It's not just love and light. It's messy. It requires shadow work. It requires you to look at the parts of yourself you have been hiding. The universe is not punishing you by removing people from your life or destroying your plans. The universe is protecting you. It is stripping away everything that is not a vibrational match for where you are going. Your future self, this chosen version of you, is operating at a frequency of 963 Hertz. Your current reality might be operating at a frequency of fear. You cannot tune in to an FM radio station if your dial is stuck on AM. The call you are hearing is a demand to change the dial. So, if you feel lonely right now, congratulations. If you feel confused, good. It means the hypnosis is wearing off. You have been selected to break the generational trauma of your bloodline. You have been selected to show others what is possible. But first, you must understand the physics of how this is happening. You need to understand that the future you is not a fantasy. It is a scientific fact waiting for you to observe it. Let us go deeper into the rabbit hole. Chapter 2: Physics of the Future Self. Most people think of time as a straight line. You are born, you live, you die. Past is behind you, future is ahead of you. But in the realm of quantum manifestation, this is an illusion. Physicists have known for a long time that time is relative, but spiritual masters have known forever that time is simultaneous. Imagine a radio. All the songs, jazz, rock, classical, news, are being broadcast right now, at this very second, in the same space. You only hear rock music because your tuner is set to 101.5 FM. Does the jazz music stop existing just because you aren't hearing it? No, it is still there. It is just on a different frequency. Your life is exactly the same. The version of you that is broken, and alone is one frequency. The version of you that is wealthy, awakened, and loved is another frequency. They both exist right now in the quantum field. When we say your future self is begging you, we are not being poetic. We are talking about quantum entanglement. In physics, when two particles are entangled, they communicate instantly across any distance. You and your future self are entangled. There is a concept called the observer effect. In quantum mechanics, waves of possibility only collapse into solid particles when they are observed. Consciousness collapses reality. For years, you have been observing your past. You wake up, you think about your problems, you feel the same emotions you felt yesterday. By observing the past, you collapse the wave into the same reality over and over again. You are trapping yourself in a time loop. Quantum manifestation is the art of observing the future memory instead of the past memory. The brain does not know the difference between what it sees with its eyes and what it remembers in its mind. When you truly connect with your future self, when you feel their gratitude, their relief, their power, you are not imagining. You are observing a parallel timeline. And the moment you observe it with high emotional intensity, you begin to pull that timeline towards you. Or rather, you pull yourself towards it. This explains the glitch we talked about earlier. The reason you feel uncomfortable in your current life is because your consciousness has already begun to observe the new timeline. Your body is still here, but your energy is there. You are physically in the old matrix, but energetically, you are vibrating with the Matrix 963, the truth. The future you is standing on the other side of the bridge. They have the answers you need. They have the peace you seek. But they cannot come down to your level of fear. You must rise to their level of faith. They are sending signals, intuition, gut feelings, sudden urges to do something different. Every time you ignore your intuition, you are hanging up the phone on your future self. Every time you trust the unknown, you are answering the call. But here is the catch. To jump to this new timeline, you have to let go of the old story. You cannot drag your old victim mentality into your new reality. It's too heavy. It won't fit through the door. And this is what leads us to the most painful yet necessary part of the process. Before the dawn, there must be darkness. Before the awakening, there is the void. Let us speak of the dark night of the soul. Chapter 3: The Dark Night of the Soul. You cannot build a new city on top of old ruins without first clearing the debris. Before you can step into the timeline where you are powerful, wealthy, and free, the version of you that is weak, poor, and trapped must die. This is what ancient mystics and alchemists called the dark night of the soul. If you are going through this right now, listen closely, for this is the most critical and misunderstood phase of your spiritual awakening. It feels like everything is falling apart. It feels like the ground beneath your feet is crumbling. Friends you have known for years suddenly drift away or betray you. You might lose your job, your financial stability, or your sense of direction. You feel a deep, aching loneliness that no amount of social media, entertainment, or human company can fix. You might even feel like God, the universe, or whatever higher power you believe in has abandoned you. But I am here to tell you the truth. The universe has not abandoned you. The matrix is unplugging you. When you unplug a device from a corrupted power source, the screen goes black for a moment before you can plug it into a new, higher voltage source. You are in that black moment. You are in the void. Most people panic here. They look at the destruction of their old life and they interpret it as failure. They rush back to their toxic exes because the loneliness is too loud. They scramble back to soul-crushing jobs because the uncertainty of freedom is too terrifying. They run back to their old habits and addictions to numb the pain of the emptiness. They choose the familiarity of hell over the uncertainty of heaven. But the chosen one stays in the void. The chosen one understands that this destruction is not accidental. It is necessary. It is the burning of the phoenix's nest so that the new bird can rise from the ashes. You must understand that this pain is not punishment. It is grief. You are grieving the death of your old identity. The ego is kicking and screaming because it knows its time is up. The ego loves certainty, even if that certainty is miserable. To the ego, the unknown is equivalent to death. So as you begin to wake up and shift your vibration, your ego perceives this change as a threat to its survival. It will launch a full-scale attack, flooding your mind with doubts, fears, and memories of past failures. This is where we must do the work that 99% of people avoid. This is the gateway to the 963 Hz frequency. We call this shadow work. Your future self, the one sending you these signals from the quantum field, is not just a version of you with more money or a better body. It is a version of you that has integrated its shadow. They have faced their shame, their guilt, their anger, and their deepest insecurities, and they have transmuted them into power. Do not run from your demons. Invite them in. Ask them what they are trying to protect you from. That paralyzing fear of failure you feel? It is not your enemy. It is just a wounded inner child inside you, trying to keep you safe from criticism, because somewhere in your past, you learned that being seen meant being hurt. That explosive anger, it is not who you are. It is a boundary that was violated long ago and never repaired. That feeling of unworthiness, it is simply a story you were told by people who did not know their own worth. By accepting these parts of yourself, by shining the light of consciousness onto them, you stop fighting the old timeline. You stop giving it energy through resistance. And when you stop fighting, you become light enough to float to the new reality. The dark night of the soul is the universe isolating you so that you can hear your own soul clearly, perhaps for the first time in your life. It is removing the noise of other people's opinions, other people's expectations, and societal programming. It is creating a vacuum. And in physics, nature abhors a vacuum. That empty space you feel, it is being cleared to be filled with your destiny. So, if you are in the darkness, do not despair. The seed must be buried in the dark dirt before it can break open and reach for the light. You are not being buried, you are being planted. But clearing the emotional debris is only step one. Once the ground is cleared, we must look at the blueprint that has been running your life. We must rewrite the code. Chapter 4: Escaping the Old Program. You are not living your life. You are living a program. Modern neuroscience has confirmed what ancient wisdom has always known. 95% of your day is driven by the subconscious mind. You are only operating with your conscious creative mind for about 5% of the time. This means that for the vast majority of your life, you are a biological robot running on a script written when you were between the ages of 0 and 7. This script is the Matrix. During those first 7 years of your life, your brain was in a state of pure hypnosis, a theta brainwave state. You had no analytical filter. You had no ability to reject information. You were a sponge. You absorbed everything you saw and heard from your parents, your teachers, your culture, and the media. If you saw your parents fighting about money, you downloaded a program that says, "Money causes pain," or "Money is scarce." If you were ignored when you cried, you downloaded a program that says, "I am not important," or "I must stay quiet to be loved." These programs run in the background of your mind 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They are the invisible operating system that dictates your reality. This is why you feel stuck. This is why you self-sabotage. If your conscious mind wants to be a millionaire, but your subconscious program says rich people are evil, you will never be rich. You will unconsciously push opportunities away, lose the money as soon as you get it, or feel immense guilt for having it. The subconscious mind is millions of times more powerful than the conscious mind. The program always wins. This is why positive thinking alone fails. This is why looking in the mirror and forcing a smile fails. You cannot cover up a deep-seated virus with a Band-Aid. You cannot fight a subconscious belief with a conscious thought. It is like trying to change the direction of a Titanic with a spoon. You must go down into the engine room and rewrite the operating system. Your future self, the chosen version of you, has a completely different set of subconscious beliefs. They do not just think differently, they are wired differently. To become them, you must perform deep subconscious reprogramming. How do we do this? How do we access a part of the brain that is designed to be locked away? We must hack the brain waves. Right now, as you listen to my voice, you are likely in a beta brainwave state. You are alert, analytical, logical, and perhaps a bit critical. In this state, there is a barrier between your conscious mind and your subconscious mind. We call this the critical faculty. It is the guard at the gate. If I tell you you are wealthy and you are currently broke, your critical faculty will look at your bank account and reject the statement. It will say, "No, that is a lie." The affirmation bounces off. To change the program, you must put the guard to sleep. You must slow down your brain waves from beta down into alpha and finally into theta. Theta is the twilight state. It is the lucid dream state. It is that magical window just before you fall asleep at night and just before you fully wake up in the morning. In theta, the critical faculty shuts down. The door to the subconscious swings wide open. This is the state where miracles happen. This is the state where you can walk right into the control room of your mind and plant a new seed without resistance. This is why we call ourselves the Matrix 963. We use sound frequencies, hypnotic language patterns, and repetition to guide you into this state. We are bypassing the firewall of the ego to install the software of the Chosen One. But you must also be vigilant during your waking hours. You must stop consuming content that programs you for fear and lack. Stop watching the news that tells you the world is ending. Stop listening to sad music that romanticizes heartbreak. Stop engaging in gossip that lowers your vibration. Every word you hear, every image you see, is a line of code entering your mind. You are the programmer. It is time to start coding. Start feeding your mind the code of your future self. Instead of scrolling through social media before bed, use that time for programming. As you drift off to sleep, loop the thoughts that you want to become your reality. I am the creator. I am always guided. I am powerful beyond measure. Everything always works out for me. By doing this repeatedly, you are physically rewiring the neural pathways in your brain. You are pruning the old connections of trauma and fear, and you are building new highways of confidence and abundance. But simply saying the words is not enough. The subconscious mind does not speak English or Spanish or Vietnamese. It speaks the language of feeling and imagery. To truly install the program, you must assume it. You must become it. Chapter 5: The Law of Assumption and Identity Shift. There is a secret about manifesting that the gurus often miss. It is the fundamental difference between wanting something and being someone. This is where we move from the law of attraction to the superior law of assumption. Most people spend their lives trying to attract what they want. They make vision boards, they write in journals, they beg the universe for a sign. But there is a flaw in this approach. When you say, "I want," you are declaring to the universe, "I do not have." To want money is to affirm that you are poor. To want love is to affirm that you are lonely. The universe does not respond to your wishes. It responds to your frequency. It responds to your identity. it gives you more of who you are. Neville Goddard, the great mystic, taught us that to change your reality, you must completely abandon your current identity and assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. This is the identity shift. You do not wait until you see the money in the bank to feel wealthy. You feel wealthy first, and the money must follow. You do not wait for the partner to show up to feel love. You become love. You cultivate the feeling of being cherished, and the partner must appear. This is difficult for the logical mind to accept. The logical mind says, "Show me the evidence, and then I will believe." The spiritual mind says, "Believe, and then you will see the evidence." This is not fake it until you make it. Faking it implies you are lying. This is be it until you see it. This is embodying the truth of your future self so completely that your current reality feels like the illusion. Ask yourself right now, if I were already that future version of myself, the one who has transcended the struggle, the one who is living the dream, how would I be sitting right now? How would I breathe? What would the expression on my face be? What would my internal monologue sound like? Would the future you be worried about that text message that didn't come? Would the future you be anxious about paying the electric bill? Would the future you be jealous of someone else's success? No, they would be calm. They would be unbothered. They would be operating from a place of deep, unshakable certainty. They would know that they are the source of their reality, so there is nothing to chase. The moment you embody that state of being, even for a few seconds, you have collapsed time. You are no longer waiting for the future. You are dragging the future into the present. You are vibrating at the frequency of the solution, not the problem. This is the key to the quantum leap. You do not get what you deserve. You get what you are. The chosen one understands that reality is just a mirror. The 3D world, your bank account, your relationships, your job, is just a reflection of your past thoughts and feelings. It is a lagging indicator. It is old news. If you stand in front of a mirror and you have a frown on your face, the reflection will frown. You cannot shout at the mirror and demand it to smile. You cannot force the reflection to change with your hands. You must smile first. And when you smile, the reflection has no choice. It must smile back. But here is the challenge. The reflection takes time to change. In the quantum field, the shift is instant. In the physical world, there is a time delay. This is where most people fail. They smile for one day. They assume the new identity for 1 hour. But when they look at their bank account and see it is still empty, they give up. They say it didn't work, and they go back to frowning. You must be delusional in the eyes of the world. You must smile at your bank account even when it is empty. You must feel gratitude for your health even when you are sick. You must feel loved even when you are alone. Why? Because you know the truth. You know that the 3D world is just slow. It is heavy. It takes time to rearrange itself. But if you hold the frequency, if you persist in the assumption, the reality must yield. It is a law of physics. It is a law of the universe. You are the operant power. When you walk down the street, walk as the chosen one. When you speak, speak with the authority of your future self. Do not react to the circumstances of the old timeline. Respond from the perspective of the new timeline. Every time you react with fear, you anchor yourself back to the past. Every time you respond with faith and calmness, you anchor yourself to the future. This is the great game. You are shifting your permanent address from the state of trying to the state of having. But how do we maintain this high state of being when the world is chaotic? How do we access that magical theta state at will to imprint these new assumptions? And what are the specific signs that let you know the shift is actually working, even if you can't see it yet? I am about to give you the keys to the control room and reveal the sacred frequency that accelerates this entire process. Chapter 6: Accessing the Theta State. We have established that you must reprogram your subconscious mind to match the frequency of your future self. But simply wanting to change is not enough. You need the correct access code. That code is the Theta brainwave state. To understand why you have failed in the past, you must understand the architecture of your mind. Imagine your mind as a high-security building. The conscious mind is the lobby. The subconscious mind is the server room in the basement where all the controls are located. During the day, you are in beta state. This is the alert, waking state. In beta, there is a heavily armed guard standing between the lobby and the server room. This guard is your critical faculty. His job is to reject any information that does not match your current reality. If you stand in the lobby and shout, "I am a millionaire," the guard checks the server, sees account balance 0, and throws the new thought out. This is why affirmations done while driving or working often feel useless. You are shouting at a locked door. But twice a day, every single day, the guard goes home. This happens during the transition between wakefulness and sleep. This is the theta state. Theta is a slow, rhythmic brainwave frequency of 4 to 7 cycles per second. It is the state of deep relaxation, vivid imagery, and high suggestibility. It is the state where reality becomes fluid. The Chosen One treats sleep not as a time to turn off, but as a time to go to work. Most people waste this sacred window. They fall asleep worrying about tomorrow's problems, scrolling through bad news, or replaying awkward conversations. By doing this, they are literally programming their subconscious mind to create more stress, more bad news, and more awkwardness for the next day. They are planting weeds in the garden of their mind right before the rain comes. You must stop this immediately. Tonight, as you lay your head on the pillow, you have a window of about 10 to 20 minutes before you lose consciousness. This is the state akin to sleep that Neville Goddard spoke of. In this state, you are physically relaxed, but mentally attentive. The guard is gone. The door to the server room is wide open. This is when you must bring in the Trojan horse. Instead of thinking about what you have to do tomorrow, visualize a scene that implies your wish is already fulfilled. Do not watch yourself like a movie. Be inside the scene. See through your own eyes. If your future self is wealthy, Feel the texture of the high thread count sheets on your bed. Smell the ocean air from your balcony. Hear your friend congratulating you on your success. But most importantly, feel the emotion. Feel the relief. Feel the gratitude. Loop this scene over and over again until you drift off into the unconscious. Why is this so powerful? Because whatever concept creates the last impression on the subconscious mind before sleep dominates the mind during sleep. For 8 hours, while your conscious self is offline, your subconscious will marinate in that feeling of success. It will accept it as fact. It will begin to rewire your biology and your electromagnetic field to match that reality. You are effectively spending 1/3 of your life in the frequency of your future self. Over time, this compounds. You will wake up thinking differently. You will carry yourself differently. You will make different choices without effort. But to deepen this state and to hold it during the day, we need a tool that cuts through the noise of the matrix. We need the frequency of the truth. Chapter 7, 963 Hertz and the Frequency of God. Nikola Tesla, one of the greatest minds to ever walk this earth, said, "If you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration." Everything you see around you, the chair you sit on, the phone in your hand, your own body, is not solid. It is energy vibrating at different rates. The only difference between a rock and a thought is the frequency. The matrix, the control system of society, operates on a very specific, low frequency. It is the frequency of fear, shame, and separation. When you are stressed, your body literally vibrates at a dissonant, chaotic rhythm. This disconnects you from your intuition and traps you in survival mode. This is where 963 Hertz comes in. You have seen this number on our channel. You have seen it in the title of this video. But what is it? In the ancient solfeggio scale, a set of tones used in sacred music and chanting for centuries, 963 Hertz is known as the frequency of the pineal gland activation, or the frequency of God. It is not just a sound, it is a key. When you listen to 963 Hertz, you're exposing your water-based body to a pure, perfect harmonic resonance. Because your body is 70% water, and water holds memory and vibration, the sound waves literally restructure the water molecules in your cells. This frequency acts as a hard reset for your bioenergetic field. It helps dissolve the calcification of the pineal gland, your third eye, allowing you to perceive beyond the 5 senses. It reconnects you to the original blueprint of perfection, before the trauma, before the programming, before the matrix told you who you were supposed to be. The chosen one uses this frequency as a weapon against the noise of the world. When you feel the anxiety of the old timeline creeping back in, when the doubt gets loud, put on your headphones. Play the 963 Hertz pure tone. Close your eyes. Do not just listen with your ears. Listen with your spine. Listen with your heart. Let the vibration wash over you. This is called entrainment. A stronger rhythm will always cause a weaker rhythm to synchronize with it. By exposing yourself to this high frequency, you are forcing your chaotic low vibrations to rise up and match the steady high vibration of the tone. You are tuning your instrument back to the key of the universe. When you are tuned to this frequency, you become a magnet. You are no longer chasing, you are attracting. You are broadcasting a clear, powerful signal into the quantum field that says, I am awake, I am ready. And when you start doing this, when you master the Theta state and align your vibration, strange things will begin to happen. The matrix will begin to glitch. You will start to see signs. Chapter 8. Signs the shift is happening. How do you know the quantum jump has worked? Do you wait for the $1 million to hit the bank account? No. If you wait for the physical evidence, you are already back in the old timeline. The physical world is the last thing to change. It is the caboose of the train. The engine is your energy. However, as you shift from the old identity to the new, there will be side effects. The universe will leave you breadcrumbs to let you know you are on the right path. These are the signs that the chosen one must recognize, so you do not lose faith just before the breakthrough. Sign number 1, the Great Purge. This is the most painful sign, and the one that causes most people to quit. As you raise your vibration to 963 Hertz, anything vibrating at a lower frequency can no longer exist in your space. Suddenly, long-term relationships end without a clear reason. You get fired from the job you hated anyway. Your car breaks down. Appliances break in your house. It looks like bad luck, but it is not. It is a vibrational cleaning. Your old life was built on the foundation of your old energy. As you change the foundation, the structure above it must collapse so a better one can be built. Do not try to glue the old pieces back together. Let them fall. Bless the chaos, for it is making room for your destiny. Sign number 2, synchronicities and numbers. You will start to see repeating numbers everywhere. 1111, 222, 333, and of course, 963. You will think of a song and it plays on the radio. You will have a question in your mind, and a stranger will say a sentence that answers it perfectly. These are not coincidences. These are glitches in the matrix. They are winks from your future self. When you see these numbers, it is the universe saying, your signal is strong. You are aligned. Keep going. It is confirmation that the barrier between your inner world and the outer world is thinning. Sign number 3, the disinterest in drama. This is a subtle but powerful sign. Things that used to trigger you no longer affect you. In the past, a rude comment from a coworker would have ruined your whole day. Now you hear it, and you feel nothing. You observe it with detachment. You feel like you are watching a movie character getting insulted, but you know you are not the character. You lose interest in gossip, in news cycles, in shallow arguments. You prefer silence. You prefer nature. You prefer solitude. This is a sign that your consciousness has risen above the dense, heavy energy of the collective matrix. You are becoming the observer. Sign number 4, the feeling of "it is done." This is the ultimate sign. It is a sudden, inexplicable sense of peace. You look at your bank account, and it is still low. You look at your life, and the problems are still there. But inside, the panic is gone. The desperation is gone. You feel a quiet confidence. You feel like you have already won, and you are just watching the replay of the game. You know, with absolute certainty, that your desire is on its way. This is the Sabbath, the state of rest. When you reach this state, you have successfully planted the seed in the Theta mind. The pregnancy has begun. You do not need to check every 5 minutes to see if you are pregnant. You know. And now, all that is left to do is to prepare the nursery. The bridge has been built. The timeline has been selected. Now we must combine everything we have learned, the awakening, the physics, the reprogramming, and the vibration, into a final protocol of integration. Chapter 9. The Integration Protocol. Knowledge without application is just philosophy. To shift timelines, you must do more than just listen to this video. You must live it. You must become the embodiment of the new frequency. We have covered the physics, the neuroscience, and the spirituality. Now, I am going to give you the protocol. This is the daily integration system for the chosen one. It is simple, but do not mistake simplicity for weakness. It is designed to dismantle the old matrix program and install the new operating system over the next 21 days. Step 1. The morning observation. The moment you wake up, before you check your phone, before you let the world rush in, take 2 minutes. Do not jump out of bed. Lie there. This is the most critical time. Your brain is transitioning from theta to alpha. Ask yourself one question. Who am I choosing to be today? Do not let your old self answer. Let your future self answer. Imagine putting on the body of your future self like a suit of armor. How does it feel? Does it feel lighter? Does it feel confident? Set one intention, not "I hope today is good," but "Today I move through the world as a creator." Step 2. The pattern interrupt. Throughout the day, the matrix will try to pull you back. Stressful emails, traffic, difficult people. These are tests. Whenever you feel a negative emotion rising, you must perform a pattern interrupt. Stop what you are doing, take a deep breath, and say to yourself, "This is not my reality. I am observing this, but I am not this." By doing this, you stop the momentum of the old timeline. You cut the energetic cord. You refuse to pay the toll at the gate of negativity. Step 3. The 963 Hertz reset. At least once a day, preferably during a break or commute, plug in to the 963 Hertz frequency. You do not need hours. 5 minutes is enough to recalibrate your water structure and remind your DNA of its origin. Use this channel. Use the tools we have provided. Let the sound wash away the static of the world. Step 4. The nighttime programming. This is non-negotiable. The last thing you do before you sleep determines the first thing you feel when you wake. Do not fall asleep watching the news. Do not fall asleep scrolling social media. Fall asleep in the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Loop the scene of your success. Replay the conversation where you tell your best friend, "It finally happened." Feel the handshake. Feel the steering wheel of the new car. Feel the warmth of the new home. Sleep is your workshop. Use it to build your empire. The bridge to next reality. You have now received the complete transmission. You understand that you are not a victim of circumstances. You are a quantum observer. You understand that the dark night of the soul was not an end, but a beginning. You understand that your future self is not a fantasy, but a frequency waiting for you to tune in. You have the map, but you must walk the path. The shift is not something you do once. It is a choice you make moment by moment. Every thought is a vote. Every emotion is a signal. Every action is a confirmation. You are rewriting the history of your lineage. You are breaking chains that have held your ancestors back for generations. That is why it feels heavy sometimes. You are carrying the weight of breaking a cycle, but you are strong enough. That is why you were chosen. Now, we are going to seal this activation. I am going to speak a series of affirmations. I want you to repeat them in your mind or say them out loud if you can. Let these words bypass your critical mind and sink directly into your soul. I am the architect of my reality. I release all timelines that no longer serve my highest good. I forgive my past self for not knowing what I know now. I am worthy of the abundance that is seeking me. I am connected to the infinite intelligence of the universe. I trust the timing of my life. I am safe in the unknown. I am the chosen one. Feel those words. Let them become your new code. If you have made it to the end of this transmission, It is proof that you are ready. The old you would have clicked away. The new you is still here. To anchor this energy, to physically claim this timeline, I want you to leave a specific comment below. Do not just think it, write it. Writing is the first step of bringing a thought into the physical dimension. Comment the words, "I am the chosen one." Let the algorithm know. Let the universe know. Let your subconscious know that you have accepted the contract. This is just the beginning. You have learned how to shift timelines, but there is a secret even deeper than time. A secret about the very substance you are made of. You think you are a physical body moving through space, but what if I told you that the body is an illusion? What if I told you that once you realize you are pure energy, physical limitations vanish instantly? In the next video, we will go beyond the mind and into the raw fabric of the universe. We will discuss the moment you realize you are energy, all limits vanish. Make sure you are subscribed to the Matrix 963 and have the notification bell turned on. You do not want to miss the next upgrade. You have not gone crazy. You have gone sane in an insane world. The signal has been received. The shift has begun. Welcome to your future.